might be a tough fight.
So that will cause a little bit of an echo.
Labrys?
And also we'll turn that down a little bit. Okay. Awesome. Anti-Shadow Labrys. Indeed. That was what Miss President said. Miss President is now completely different. Where she had no arms and legs before, she's... What? Oh, where she had arms and legs before, she had no arms. That made her a paraplegic. Awesome. Where she had arms and legs before, she's now metal. Her form was now exactly the same as the Shadow, including all the metal chemical parts.
All systems are clear. Commencing elimination.
Miss President then swings a giant axe with ease and begins to fight against the Shadow. Amazing! That's the only word that comes to mind. She transformed from cowering girl into a robot who was trading blows with the Shadow in an instant, and she doesn't even have a persona.
I can't believe this. You completely shut off your ego. So you don't care if you live or die as long as you don't have to face up to what you really are? How ignorant are you?
The Shadow growls and then destroys the announcement room door to escape outside. Miss President follows suit.
President!
She doesn't acknowledge my voice in the slightest. I'm so dumbfounded in the room, I try and think about what I can just saw. Miss President isn't human? But that can't be.
It seems I came too late. She's an older generation model, yet she's this powerful?
The one that appeared from the broken door was... Wait, what? I can't really explain that easily. The person that appeared was a woman wearing a white fur coat and some kind of skin-tight suit that looks like what a soldier-type people wear in all those action movies that guys love. Given her taste in clothes, I have no idea what kind of person she is at all. After she looks us all over, she gracefully raises her hand in the air.
Artemisia.
She summoned a persona? I tense up as a reaction, but while I'm still in shock, the wounds in Yukun's body heal instantaneously. She's not an enemy?
Wait, you can use a persona? Actually, I didn't sense you at all. Who are you?
Well, since you've all become unavoidably involved with this, I'll at least tell you who I am. My name is Mitsuru Kirijo. In a way, I'm the one responsible for this commotion.
A persona user besides us? Wait, I've heard the name Kirijo before.
What do you mean you're responsible for this? Do you also know the reasons behind what happened a moment ago?
I'm sorry, but there's only so much I'm at liberty to tell you. Though it's only natural for you to have your doubts, I'll try and answer to the best of my ability.
Mitsuru's on sides before telling us all the sequence of events leading up to now. Even though it was simplified, what she told us came as a huge shock. She told us that the shadows not only appear in the TV world, but there were cases where shadows appear in the real world. On top of that, there's a never-ending battle, and Mitsuru-san leads an organization to fight those battles. And one of the weapons created for those battles was Labrys. That would be Miss President, who was with us until a moment ago. Oh, wait! I had a feeling I heard the name Kirijo before. The Kirijo Group! It's not just a shock brokerage, it's a huge corporation that manufactures a lot of things. If her last name is Kirijo, then does that mean this giant corporation is... and she's... Oh, whoa. There's too many possibilities that just open up there. I need to slow everything down for a moment. After I stop for a second and think about everything again, the most shocking information is that...
I can't believe this. A machine made with a heart so it could use a persona.
Well, we did just see it in action.
I understand that it's hard to believe, but I'm not lying to you. It's the truth. Of course, I didn't expect a shadow to emerge from her like that.
Mitsuru-san continues after looking us straight in the eye.
You should leave the rest of this to us. It's all right if you back out now.
Her words have an air of authority to them. She seems very strong-willed. This person who is also aware of the gravity of the situation. Mitsuru-san is right, though. Ordinary high school students like us probably shouldn't be involved in a case like this. Even though she healed Yukun, I'm still worried about his condition, and I'm worried about the other friends I left behind earlier as well.
I understand what you're saying, but I can't leave Miss President like this.
What? Why not?
From what you told us, it seems like she was created only to fight. But I can't claim that this has nothing to do with me. The way she talked was just like a normal girl.
Miss President was suffering. Even if she was not a robot created only for fighting, I can't leave her be after seeing her so emotional. She's not just a robot anime anymore.
That once we got to the bottom of this, we'd go out and have fun together. can't break that promise. If she has a heart, that's all the more reason I can't turn my back on her.
Yeah, 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Indeed. The cat and I came to an understanding. That's right. It doesn't matter if she's a machine. She and I were able to relate to each other, and Miss President protected us. If she's suffering right now, then I want to be by her side and support her. Why is there a kill me button in WoW? This may seem like nothing more than an emotionally fueled plea coming from an unrelated high school student to Mitsuru-san, but I still don't want to back down.
I'd like to make a request, too. Will you take Yukiko with you?
You could?
Don't worry about us. You need to save Labris right now.
That's right, Yukiko-senpai. You gotta do your best in our place.
Yukiko-Rise-chan, thank you. Mitsuru-san looks at us, waiting tensely, and furrows her brow and then speaks up.
If you're still concerned about Labris, despite knowing the dangers involved, then I won't stop you.
Thank you.
But we can't waste any more time. Let's go.
Coming.
Mitsuru takes the lead next to the announcement room. I sprint after her. Yukiko and Rise-chan cheer me on. I feel their cheers boosting my spirits. This is the course I've decided for myself. I have no doubts anymore. I must accomplish this no matter what. I'm surprised. I actually thought that they'd be stopped and they'd have to fight each other. I follow Mitsuru-san and chase after Labris. The invisible walls are still interesting. Trying to chase down someone who's being able to go through where you want is really annoying. What eventually led to one of the entry classrooms, and Mitsuru-san's face gets gloomy.
Another one of those invisible walls.
Mitsuru-san reaches forward to the other exit, tests it out, and knocks on thin air. Does that mean... I reach out towards the door we just passed through. Another invisible wall. Oh, I was right. I'm smart. I can see the outside, but we can't leave.
Does this mean...
Ugh, the tournament rules are still in effect, it seems. She plans to make us fight each other. I should have seen this coming.
Mitsuru-san draws a thin sword from her waist and said, "Well, it looks like it can't be helped." Don't tell me I have to fight against Mitsuru-san now. Even though the sword is pointing at me, I can't take up a defensive stance either. Seems like that Mitsuru-san furrows her brow. She's turned completely cold. I'm not
She's trying to buy time. That means the situation can still get worse. We don't have much time. Let's settle this.
Mitsuru-san!
Is that as far as you're willing to go? Wasn't there something you wanted to protect?
What I want to protect. That's right. I made the decision to come with her because I wanted to save Miss President, Labris. But to fight against someone I just met for no reason? Mitsuru-san must have sensed my lack of determination because her expression becomes even more stern.
Let me clear up any misunderstanding you may harbor. All responsibilities regarding Labris devolve to me. I respect her feelings, but I can't allow people's lives to be put at risk. If all else fails, destroying her is also an option.
Destroying her?
If your desire to protect her is real, you can prove it by beating me. But if you won't fight, then keep trembling where you are, and I'll settle this very quickly indeed.
She's not saying this as a threat. Mitsuru-san's expression is truly serious. If it comes to it, this person really has the resolve to destroy Labris. Then I need to make up my mind too. I must resolve to fight, to protect her.
I'll fight. Whatever I think. If only one of us can move on, it should be whoever's stronger.
Now that's what I was hoping to hear. Of course, whether or not you can best me is another matter.
I sense a strong power from Mitsuru-san's persona, but I don't want to lose. I'm fighting for Lapras. And I don't know, Ansem. I enjoy the combat. I don't love fighting games, but I don't mind them. And this is actually a really well-made fighting game. I'm certainly glad of the purchase, though.
Finally!
That's the end of that.
Thank you, Divine. It was a battle between ice and fire. And in this battle, the Zagarians won.
Well done. You have proven your resolve.
Upon saying so to Mitsuru-san smiles. It seems that her sternness before the fight
Now,
wasn't genuine.
go after her. I'm confident that you can salvage her heart.
Even though she had spoken about destroying her like an object before, the fight she just said her heart. Could it be?
Did you let me win on purpose?
I object to the question. I don't indulge people in critical situations like this.
Yeah, she's right. The stern words Mitsuru-san before we fought may have actually been an attempt at kindness on her part. My going forward instead of her means that if worse comes to worse, I will have to execute the painful decision instead of Mitsuru-san. If you think of it like that, losing on purpose wouldn't be kind at all. I chide myself for having such soft thoughts. Saving someone's life isn't something you can do half-heartedly. It was the same thing in last year's case, too. Since I fought with Mitsuru-san and won, I must acknowledge this no matter what.
Then I'm going now. And I'm coming back with Lapras no matter what.
That's the spirit. I'm counting on you, Amagi.
Try back to Mitsuru-san and run out of the classroom. I hurry to make myself my way to Lapras as quickly as possible. I proceed down the hallway, once again led by invisible walls. Once I make my way, I notice I'm led back to the announcement room, where I'd rushed out of not long before. What's the meaning of this? The door that was destroyed earlier is back to normal. I don't see Yukiko and Risei-chan around either. I try opening the door. I need to figure out what's going on.
What's going on?
I feel like I'm going to go insane. When I open the door, the scene beyond the window has completely changed. There are tons of grotesque things shaped like people. And it seems entirely different from the announcement room from earlier. Lapras and her shadow are fighting within the sinister red world and trying to destroy each other.
Please wake up!
There's no light in Lapras' eyes. She's expressionless like she really is a machine. She looks entirely different than when she had called herself Student Council President. Is this Lapras' true form? No, that's not it.
You don't have to fight like that. Don't act like you're a machine.
Lapras, who notices my voice, takes distance from the shadow and turns to me. Her expression is still robotic.
Analyzing voice print. Identity confirmed as Yukiko Amagi. Yukiko Amagi.
We made a promise to each other. You just have to be yourself.
Yukiko-san?
Labrys's eyes look different now. They're not the eyes of a machine anymore. They're the eyes of the Labrys that I've come to know in this short time. But once she drops her mechanical nature, her presence and mechanical movements lose their rhythm. The shadow who had been watching us distorts her lips into a smirk and seizes on this opening.
Really? After she lied to you and used you all this time?
That's not...
First, you deceived her by acting human. And now that things are going your way, you've decided to be a machine instead? Why don't you just give it up? Just tell everyone how you really feel. You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in school, having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand.
No! That wasn't my wish at all!
The shadow glares at me with such much hate that she could muster. Labrys looks towards me as well, and her face crunches up to a ball of sadness. I want my pain to be understood. The shadow made us friends fight each other in this TV world because Labrys wished for it to happen? Does that mean Labrys was forced to fight those who were close to her too? Is it because she's a weapon? I don't think I can ever say I truly understand how she feels.
It's all right. I don't know what happened to you in the past. But whatever it was, it doesn't define you. I understand that much at least.
Understand? What could you possibly understand? All you've got is some cheap, self-righteous pity.
That's not true.
It's not cheap. I know. I've seen Labrys's kind expressions. I hate when they have white text over a very pale background. Arr. How is Labrys no different? How Labrys is no different than an ordinary girl?
Stop! I've had enough!
My words still don't reach Labrys. The shadow ridicules Labrys, who is still trembling and cannot move.
Then let me take over from here. I'll destroy everyone who pretends to understand, just like you did before.
Stop!
Upon hearing Labrys's voice, the shadow's face contorts into glee. That's when I finally figured it out. No, that's not right. I didn't figure it out. I remembered. I should have realized it much sooner. The shadow's true objective.
No! You're not me!
Yes, that's right. I'm myself. I'm not you anymore. Yes, the power!
The shadow goes berserk and gains power after it's denied by its owner. I knew that, and yet I didn't stop it from happening. It's like kanji all over again. I stepped between Labrys and the shadow, who changed to an ominous form. I couldn't stop her shadow from going berserk, but it's still not too late.
What? You're still gonna stand in my way? Fine! I'll crush you along with the real one!
The same thing happened to me, too. I'm only here right now because Yukiko and the others saved me when I reached my own weakness. And just then, someone needs to step in and save someone else. This time, it's my turn to save Labrys. And more combat. And I won't end this one with an instant kill. I'll let you guys enjoy watching me lose. Lapras' shadow collapses and stops moving. Thank goodness, it seems that I managed to win. All that's left for Lapras to do is accept her shadow, and it should put an end to everything. But the way of the past Lapras is harboring isn't a normal thing. When anyone goes through tough times, I wish that normal people would experience the pain. Their pain arises in everyone's mind at one point or another, but the pain from her past comes to her forced to. But the pain in her past comes from her being forced to kill her friends. God dang, that is a grammatically confusing sentence. Ow! My brain is aching. It's incomparable to the problems I faced last year. I was forced to hurt Chie until she died? Oh, if I was forced to hurt Chie until she died. That word is important. I think I'd go insane in a snap. I wonder if she'll be okay. I call her Lapras while my heart is pounding. Lapras answers in a teary voice. I have to support her. Even though there's no way I could understand everything she's gone through, I want to support her because there are things that I can't understand.
Why did you save me? You already know I'm a machine. I'm a machine that's supposed to protect people. But because what they did to me was so painful, I took it out on other people too. So why are you? It's okay. You must have suffered so much. I'm sorry. You went through so much pain to protect us. But it's all right now. I won't let those things happen to you anymore.
Lapras looks up in response to my words. When I think about when Lapras protected us from her shadow and how she closed off her heart and reverted to her mechanical self that she never wanted to show anyone, it makes my heart ache. I want her to never have to go through that again. Lapras has already lived through so many painful experiences. Because of that, I could never truly say that I can understand her feelings, but I'm sure that I can at least protect her so that she won't have to go through this pain anymore.
It doesn't matter if you're human or not. I'm your friend. We made a promise, remember?
You want to be friends?
Wow. I have never actually thought the word to myself. I may have said it once in a while, but I don't think I have ever thought Wow. Friends? We're friends already. That's why, if you're going through tough times, I'll always be there to help you through and protect you. Lapras seems genuinely surprised. She probably doesn't realize it, but she doesn't look anything like a machine when she makes faces like that. I can tell that you truly have a heart.
I faced my own shadow, too. I wanted to blame everything on someone else because I felt so powerless. I was waiting for someone to do my work for me. I wanted to escape from my life. So I dreamed that a prince would take me away. But my friends helped me realize that was just me trying to run from my problems.
I recount my own experiences for Lapras. It's the same as what Lapras went through a moment ago. She had feelings, experiences that she didn't want other people to ever know about. Because they were all true, it makes it even harder to accept them, so she rejected them. Lapras has a heart just like I do.
The reason I could accept my weakness and fight this to the very end is because I had my friends helping me. I had friends who worried about me, who stood beside me.
I smile at Lapras, just as Yukiko did for me back then.
That gave me unimaginable strength. You're not alone anymore either. I'm sure you'll be able to find a place where you belong, too.
Admitting your own weakness is scary. No one wants to see their weaknesses, but I know that it's possible if you don't have to face it alone. When Lapras hears my words, the light returns to her eyes. I can sense a strong will from her. That light must be from her heart. I'm so glad that my words got through to her. Lapras nods reassuringly and then begins walking towards her shadow. She takes the steps towards her own weakness.
I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No.
You are me, after all. This is my persona.
Rise-chan contacted us soon after. She must have detected the Shadow's presence disappear, and we were able to join up with each other. The invisible walls and the tournament's rules seemed to have stopped once Lapras accepted her shadow. As Rise-chan uses her persona to contact everyone and tell them that everything's been solved, some of us were surprised to discover that Kanji-kun was here, as well as Naoto-kun. He wasn't even supposed to be in Inaba today. Rise-chan then tells everyone to meet up on the rooftop. From what she tells us, the studio-like space connected to Junes seems to have been restored there. The four of us immediately begin to head towards the entrance, but Lapras stops. But I thought everyone was meeting back up. How is the four of us? Shouldn't it be like 8 of you? You, Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, Teddy, Naoto, Kanji, and Lapras? When I ask what's wrong, she responds anxiously.